My name is Diana Villa Hamilton, and I will talk about the theory of psychosocial development created by Erik Erikson. In this presentation, we will discuss the conflict and growth associated with each stage of Erik Erikson's psychosocial development theory. How does one develop a sense of who they are and where they belong? How does one person feel confident and secure while another may feel depressed and question their life? Erik Erikson's theory of psychosocial development is one of the best known theories of personality in psychology. He proposed a comprehensive theory of the ways that individuals develop their identity, or in other words, a sense of who they are and society's influence in that development. This theory is labeled the stage of psychosocial development and is characterized as a series of psychological stages that have a basic conflict and important events leading to growth. The theory was developed from his hundreds of clinical observations in children. Erikson identifies 8 stages of psychosocial development of an individual: infant, toddler, preschoolers, grade schoolers, teenager, young adult, middle-aged adult, and old adult. Edison proposed a lifespan model of development taking in 5 stages up to the age of 21 years and 3 further stages beyond, well into adulthood. Edison suggests that there is still plenty of room for continued growth and development through one's life. Edison put a great deal of emphasis on the adolescent period, feeling that it was crucial stage for developing his person's identity. We will talk about every stage in more detail. Infant. Infant is from the 0 of 18 months. The psychosocial issues is trust versus mistrust. The relational focus is with the mother or other caregivers. Important events is feeling. Central question, how can I be secure? Associate virtual hope, trust, and optimism. The infant must form a first loving, trusting relationship with the caregiver or develop a sense of mistrust. An infant is helpless. He is totally dependent on others for his needs. During this stage, the infant learns whether the world in which he lives can be trusted. When he is hungry and he cries, will he be fed? When his bottoms are wet, will his diaper be changed? When he is unwell or afraid, will he be comforted? If any infant physical and emotional needs are met in a consistent and caring way, he learns that his mother or caregiver can be counted and he develops an attitude of trust of people. If his needs are not met, the infant may become fearful and learns not to trust the people around him. The second stage is toddler. It's from the 18 months to 3 years. The psychosocial issue is autonomy versus doubt and shame. The relational focus is parents. Important events, toddler training. The central question, how can I be independent? Associate virtue, will, use and exercise freedom and self-restraint. The child's energy are directed toward the development of physical skill, including walking, grasping, and rectal sphincter control. The child learns control but may develop shame and doubt if not handled well. This push for autonomy is enhanced by muscular maturation as toddlers try to use their developing muscles to walk, climb, hop, and jump and to explore their environment. Potentially, toddlers can get into dangerous situations. Therefore, parents have to balance the opposing virtues of encouragement and restraint. On the other hand, if a toddler was harshly criticized for accident, for example, wetting, soiling, spilling, or breaking things, then he might develop doubt about his own abilities to tackle new challenges. Preschoolers. This stage is from the age of 3 to 5. The psychosocial issue is initiative versus guilt. The relational focus is basic family, important event, exploration. Central question, how can I be powerful? Associate virtue, purpose and direction, ability to initiate own activities, pursue goals. The child continued to become more assertive and to take more initiative, but maybe too forceful, leading to guilt feelings. There is a great curiosity and openness to learning. The favorite word of preschooler is why. Parents who take time to answer their preschoolers' questions reinforce their intellectual initiative. But parents who see their children's question as nuisance may stifle their initiative and cause them to be too dependent on others and to be ashamed of themselves. Grade schooler. This is from the age of 5 of 13. Psychosocial issue, industry versus inferiority. Relational focus, neighborhood, school. Important event, school. Central question, how can I be good? Associate virtue, competence in intellectual, social, and physical skills. The child must deal with demands to learn new skills or risk a sense of inferiority, failure, and incompetence. At the school-going stage, the child's world extends beyond the home to school. The emphasis is on academic performance. The child soon learns that he can win recognition from parents, teachers, and peers by being proficient in schoolwork. The attitudes and opinions of others become important. The school plays a major role in the resolution of development crisis of initiative versus inferiority. Children's efforts to master school work help them to grow and form a positive self concept, a sense of who they are. Children who cannot master their schoolwork may consider themselves a failure and feelings of inferiority may arise. A child might also feel sense of shame if parents unthinkingly share his failures with others. Teenagers. This stage is from the age of 13 to 21 years old. The psychosocial issue is identity versus role confusion. Relational focus, peer groups. Important event, social relationships. Central question, who am I and where am I going? Associate virtue, fidelity and integrated image of oneself as unique person. The teenager must achieve a sense of identity in occupation, sex roles, politics, and religion. At this stage, adolescents are in search of an identity that will lead them to adulthood. Adolescents make strong efforts to answer the question, who am I? Erickson's note, the healthy resolution of early conflicts can now serve as a foundation for the research for an identity. If the child overcomes early conflicts, they are prepared to search for identity. If the adolescent cannot make deliberate decisions and choices, especially about vocation, sexual orientations, and life in general, role confusion becomes a threat. Young adult. This stage is from the age of 21 to 39 years old. The psychosocial issue is intimacy versus isolation. The relational focus, partners in friendship. Important event, relationships. Central question, how can I love? Associate virtue, love. Mutuality, finding a losing self in the other, career commitments. The young adult must develop intimate relationships or suffer feelings of isolation. In this stage, the most important events are love relationships. Intimacy refers to one's ability to relate to another human being on a deep personal level. An individual who has not developed a sense of identity usually will fear a committed relationship and might retreat into isolation. It is important to mention that having sexual relationship does not indicate intimacy. People can be sexually intimate without being committed and open with another. True intimacy requires personal commitment. However, mutual satisfaction will increase the closeness of people in a true intimate relationship. Middle-aged adult. This stage is from the ages of 40 to 65 years old. The psychosocial issue is generativity versus starvation. Relational focus, divided labor, and shared household. Important event, work and parenthood. Central question, how can I fashion a gift? Associate virtue, care, solicitude, guidance, and teaching a new generation. Each adult must find some way to satisfy and support the next generation. In this stage, Generativity refers to the adult's ability to care for another person. The most important event in this stage is parenting. Does the adult have the ability to care and guide the next generation? Generativity has a broader meaning than just having children. Each adult must have some way to satisfy and support the next generation. An individual must deal with issues they are concerned with, or it can lead to prolonged periods of slow economic growth in later life. The last stage of this theory is older adult. This is from people who is 65 years old or more. Psychosocial issue, ego integrity versus despair. Relational focus, humankind. Important event, reflection of life. Central question, how can I receive a gift? Associate virtue, wisdom. Sense of fulfillment and satisfaction with one's life. The culmination is a sense of feeling fulfilled. The most important event at this stage is coming to accept one's whole life and reflecting on that life in a positive manner. According to Erickson, achieving a sense of integrity means fully accepting oneself and coming to terms with the death. Accepting responsibility for your life and being able to undo the past and achieve satisfaction with yourself is essential. The ability to do that is result in a feeling of despair. Why is this theory important to learn as an educator? Have you ever noticed one or more of these positive and negative behaviors in your students? Please send me a comment on my blog. Thank you.